Hi everyone, we're now going to give you a little revision class on sterilising your buckets. So this is really from Module 1. Now do understand on Module 1 we had demonstrations and we went into lots and lots of detail. But just in case anybody has forgotten or maybe didn't cover Module 1. So when you purchase your buckets and your vases from whatever wholesaler you decided to purchase them from, or the likes of IKEA, Mr Price or Deals, or even buckets that you have used before, first of all, they have to be sterilised. So how you do that is using a bottle of bleach. And we recommend to use the Domestos bleach, the blue bottle. So what you do is you put a good measure of bleach into the end of your bucket. You fill the bucket right up to the top with water. You leave that bucket of bleach and water for a minimum 15 minutes. Now you can leave it for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, overnight. Leave it as long as you want, but a minimum of 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, pour that bucket of bleach and water into the next dirty bucket. The bucket that has been sterilised, in other words the one that you have just emptied out of, turn that upside down. It's not to let it drip dry or anything, just turn it upside down. Now you know that one is sterilised. The second, the dirty bucket, you have now filled that with bleach and water. The same bleach and water from the previous bucket. Leave that for 15 minutes again. It can be an hour, 2 hours, overnight, as long as you want. After the 15 minutes, pour that water into the third dirty bucket. The second bucket, turn it upside down. Again, just let it drip dry. It's not necessary to let it dry. That's your sign that your bucket is sterilised. After doing this 5 times, so normally when you've sterilised a minimum 4 or 5 buckets, the water is quite dirty. So just throw that dirty water down the drain and start again from scratch. Fill up the 5th or the 6th bucket now up to the top with bleach and water and start the process, and then bleach your next 5 or 6 buckets, etc. This needs to be done a minimum once a week. I normally recommend you on this course to change your water after 5 days. So after 5 days, when you're going to change the water, I'd probably recommend bleach all the buckets at the same time, and then they're all ready for filling up with water. So when your buckets have been sterilised, your next thing to do is fill them halfway with clean water. I do understand sometimes I may send out foliage or flowers that are short stems and maybe your bucket is too full, or maybe a half bucket of water is too much. So obviously use your own discretion there. But normally we fill up our buckets halfway with water, clean tap water, and the fresher the water the better. So by filling your buckets with water 5 or 6 days in advance of the flowers coming is not a great idea. The day before the flowers come or the day the flowers are coming is absolutely perfect. Included in your kit, I sent out some sachets of flower food. Put 1 sachet of flower food into the half bucket of water. That would be absolutely plenty. And now your buckets of water are now ready for your flower delivery.